Hi everyone, it's Galavant here. Apologies, the video's done in the dark and the sound quality is not as good as the live we did from Wallingford today. I'll explain the reason for that. I got these little Bluetooth microphones and Aaron and I decided to try them out today, and I've had a quick look on the way home on the channel to see how good the audio turned out, and I tell you, I'm impressed. They're good quality. I've got one of them on charge at the moment because they have to charge off USB because they're cordless, you see. And I'll charge the other one once that one's done. I'll probably check it before I go to bed tonight, but that's why I'm not using any of the two of them just now, because they're gathering power for tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm away down to Ayr, you see. The pre-recorded stuff from today will be getting uploaded onto the channel very, very shortly. But to start off with, I took the 23 this morning from Tillicoultry up to Kinross. No problems here, all good. Got the E1 from Kinross down to Edinburgh. Aaron was on the M92, and while I was on the E1 I was saying to myself, why did I not just wait for the M92 and be on the same bus as Aaron? It would have made more sense, you know. But however, by the time I got into Edinburgh, that gave me time to go to the toilet and then go to WH Smith and get my morning newspaper. Other newsagents are available. And by the time I came out of the gents, I had a look and it said M92 was due to arrive within 2 minutes. I thought, alright, it won't be long till he's here. So anyway, we arrived there and then we decided to head up to Princes Street and get a 44. Aaron suggested we just catch a bus up. That gave me an idea. He's never been on a Volvo B8 with the blue seats in it before, so I thought this would be a good opportunity. Because one turned up on the X56. I was going to suggest we take an X55, but it is how it is. And he's just sending me some videos at the moment. All of them, he said, are for YouTube because my phone was very, very low on charge when we finished train spotting at Wallingford. We started off by getting the 44 out to Slateford. Ride was fine, no problems on that at all. My opinion on Slateford train station, I was impressed. It's such a tidy layout. And we had fast trains passing through, not quite as many as I would have liked. That was the pro side to it, was you've got a shelter there where you could go and shelter if it was wet, and you've got plenty of bits where you can sit down and do your train spotting if you want. There's even a bridge where you can see some trains passing from above if you wanted to. Only downside to it was it could have been doing with a few more trains passing through. Now, Aaron and I were there for probably about an hour. The stream's up on the channel if you want to go and have a look at that. After that, we took another bus, a 44 to be exact, back into Edinburgh, Princes Street. We could also have got the 4 or the 35. I know the 35 goes on Princes Street, and I'm pretty certain the 4 does as well. We also saw number 20, but neither of us were convinced that went to Princes Street. I'd need to check on that, because I could be wrong. Anyway, we then decided to get a train down to Wallingford because we didn't fancy taking the 44 all the way to Wallingford. And if you don't believe me when I say it's a long one, I did a video of the 44 from Wallingford to Balerno before we've done that return. So if you don't believe me, have a look at that. Have a look at these two videos. Anyway, we got down to Wallingford. Must have been about, I don't know, what time did we get down there? Maybe about back at 12? No, it was about back at 2 before we got there. It was about 2 o'clock when we got there. And the train going down from Waverley to Wallingford, honestly, they had the heating on full. I was literally sweating buckets by the time we got there. Both of us were like cooked chickens. We felt like a couple of cooked chickens, well I did anyway. I always thought it was a bit bark, 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 bark. But yeah, joking aside, that was the only downside to today, was that heat on that train. It was swelteringly hot. But yeah. But anyway, train spotting at Wallingford. It's one of my favourite stations. Not my number one favourite. That will still be possibly Carluke or Cambuslang. I can't decide which one of these two is my favourite, but Wallingford's definitely in the top three. Definitely. And it was an absolutely brilliant day today with my best pal. Can't fault it. The only thing, if I had to be pernickety and pick something to fault it with, would have been the train down to Wallingford on that roasting hot train. But we got quite a few honks as well. And we also got a honk from a class 90. I'm sure that's what Aaron said it was. Or was it 66? It was one or two of them. And he said this will be loud. And he wasn't joking either. It's on the stream around about 1 hour 5 into it, I think. That was the live stream we did at Wallingford. I'm actually back home at the moment. I've got the TV up on YouTube, and I'll maybe actually have a quick look at my own channel, and maybe have a quick look at my live stream for a bit. Yeah, I'll get back to that in a minute. Anyway, back to the video that I'm doing. After all that, we decided to go back into Edinburgh because we needed to find somewhere that had Wi-Fi so that we could sort out a few ends for our trip to Penzance. There's a few personal things that Aaron and I had to discuss and sort out, and we needed Wi-Fi to do it. But we've got it all sorted out now. Nothing to worry about at all. It was just to iron out a few things that we're going to be doing while we're down there. Anyway, we went to Jollibee's, and I had this burger, well, it's like cheeseburger, with a small side of fries and strips of chicken with what looked like a hollandaise mayonnaise sauce. I tell you, it was beautiful. And that, for a small portion, looked like a large one to me. It did. But Aaron said it was a small one, so I'll go along with that. But it was good. Topped off with a cookies and cream ice cream. But by the time I got around to eating ice cream, because it was delivered, when I say it was delivered, it was brought to the table at the same time as our main course, it was virtually turning into milk, you know. But I'm not complaining. It was a good meal, a good day out with a good buddy. 10 plus out of 10. And we're meeting up again next Monday, because next Monday we're doing a few stations around Glasgow. I can't quite remember which ones we're going to though. And then we're doing an X10 from Glasgow back to Stirling, and I think Aaron might just jump a train from Stirling back to Dundee. Or they might get a CityLink, I don't know. Obviously that's his decision. And then we're meeting up again on Tuesday of next week, and we're off to Carnoustie, Arbroath, and they also wanted to try out Barry, which is the train station between Carnoustie and, I think it's between Carnoustie and Arbroath. Or is Barry nearer Broughty Ferry? No, I think it's beyond Carnoustie. North of Carnoustie, I think. But I suggested that we just try it all out that way. We might even do the return of the 5A from Barnhill into Ninewells once we've finished all that. It might just be pushing it a bit at that point, I reckon. Because if we're going to do a decent hour or so at each place, I think going back to Barnhill after that might just be pushing it a bit much. I don't mind going back up to Dundee later in the week, next week, to finish that off. Not a problem at all. I don't have an issue with that at all. So yeah, we've got a few things coming up. We were meant to be doing something on Thursday, but Aaron's got a personal appointment, so I've had to push that back. That was actually Can You Stay Barry and Arbroath. We've pushed that back to next Tuesday. So I'll try and remember and pop up an announcement on the channel's dashboard just to let people know, to let you guys know about that. And coming up later this week, tomorrow I'm off down to Ayr on my own, sadly. Aaron's unavailable because he's got something else that he's planning to do. And we're going to be looking for SF55 MOU. The only Dennis Trident still in public service in Scotland. Could it even be the only one still left in service in the whole of the UK? I don't know. I think there might be one or two still down in England. But as far as I'm aware, that's the only one still in service in Scotland. And I'm off to try and get it tomorrow. So, with that being said, Wednesday I'm working and Thursday we're doing the 253 from Berwick back to Edinburgh. That's going to be a relatively early start for yours truly. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to close just now. I've rabbited on more than long enough, and I'm going to go and upload the recorded stuff from today. So I shall say good night, and I hope you enjoy the recorded stuff that we've got to upload. If you're waiting on the recorded stuff from Wallyford, because my battery in my phone almost ran out, then that will be coming up next after this video. Okay? And then the journey down into Edinburgh and what I saw on the way there will follow after that. So I shall say good night, take care, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. I don't think I'll be doing I'm not planning to do a live tomorrow down in Ayr, but I'll talk to you tomorrow on a video. Night night.